Okay, guys, thank you so much. Welcome to my studio. Hello, friends. A lot of Italian guys, but I hope that there are some other non-Italian guys. This is an English session. Of course, it is my Fractal preset live stream tutorial. What is a Fractal preset live stream tutorial? It is a way that I will like to share with you my presets that I create for myself and also for you. Every preset is available on my store, of course, but you can create yourself following this live stream tutorial. From Brazil, obrigado, Fabrizio Cruz. Fabrizio is correct, Fabrizio. Ciao Simone, ciao Yari, Massimo, Renzo, Matteo, the Supersonic. Okay, thank you so much, guys. So let's go immediately to describe these my new presets. What is this preset? First of all, it is the concept is this. I need many time to have a very flexible preset that can cover a lot of music genres like pop, funk, blues, rock blues, and so on. So I need many drives, many possibilities to create different sounds. So my starting point is from one of my favorite amp in the last time is the Herbert amp from Diesel. In this preset, I use only the channel 2 minus. Channel 2 minus is like is a crunch or semi-clean, no supersonic. Sorry, but this section is in English, not in Italian. If you don't like, okay, you can pass away, not a problem. Okay, so. Let's go to describe the preset. Okay, this is at the moment is available only for XFX3 because one of the core of this preset it is the new Clone Centaur emulation, new Clone Centaur Overdrive, available with firmware 20.03. And it is a really nice overdrive. To be honest, I didn't think that this driver was so amazing, especially to boost the crunch amp. I only wanted to show you how it works. It's very nice. So let's start from the scene number. In this preset there are 8 scenes. The base scene is crunch. The crunch is very simple. There is only the amp, the cabinet, and reverb, nothing else. And you can use it as you want. I call this scene crunch, but honestly, this is my also clean sound because I don't like to use the very clean sound. I prefer to use the semi-clean or the break-up sound or crunch sound as you want, and work with dynamic of the guitar and also with the volume. This is the reason. So I use only this one single amp, and it's very useful also because with FM3 is this preset works very well because you don't have any audio gap between the channel switching between the two channels. So the bass, it is the Herbie, as I told you. This is a Herbert diesel amp, channel 2 minus. It is the very low gain. Ciao, Jack Doyle. Is very low channel. And one of the secret of this preset, it is this cabinet. It is also the Orange family cabinet. Is one of my favorite favorite package. I absolutely suggest you to buy this package from Valhallir, because any kind of impulse response is incredible. In this case, I use the Orange 1972 with the microphone SM7B. It is the same of this one. It is a very nice microphone. It compared to the other impulse response is more on the mid-range sound. This is the base of this sound. And the reverb, my favorite reverb is a medium plate. So I go to show you how does it work. The sound is really dynamic. As I told you, I don't like to use a very clean sound. I prefer to use the semi-clean, the crunch sound, and use the dynamic. Okay, and depends how strong you pick on your guitar. Very nice, but you have another possibility to work with this amp. If you go to the preamp section, you have the possibility to activate the input boost. In the real world, the Herbert amp has not the input boost, but of course, Fractal, you can do what you want. There is input boost, and you can define also the circuit of the boost. Now I'm using neutral. Neutral means only a boost of 10 dB, or you can tweak as much dB you want, of course. In this case, I prefer this value, but also you can recall different circuit. You can use as a boost, for example, the TS808, or the triple boost, or the RCB boost, and so on and so on. In this case, I use the neutral boost, okay, with the 10.42 dB, okay, and also I connect the activation of the boost, okay, with a modifier. You can, if you click on the right mouse button, you can define how to assign the switch for the boost to the control switch, or any kind of control. In this case, I assign the input boost to the control switch. What does mean? It means that if I define, for example, on my FC edit, okay, I show you the layout. I define, for example, on the foot switch number 11, or when you want, okay, the possibility to activate or deactivate the control switch. I don't assign fixed functionality on the foot switch. I use the per preset. Okay, in this case, I use the per preset number 8. If I go to the per preset section number 8, you can see here control switch latching functionality, because you have two kinds of functionality: latching and momentary. Latching means that you press the foot switch and activate. If you want to do disactivate, you have to press again, as a standard boost, standard foot switch. Momentary means that the effects remain activated until you release the foot switch. Okay, so it is absolutely necessary for the normal functionality aspect, the boost works like a foot pedal. So the latching functionality is necessary. So what does mean? It does mean that if I press the foot switch, okay, I can, as you can see, activate and disactivate. And this is the effect. And the sound is amazing. I switch off the microphone. Okay, it is clear. Is clear. How does it work? It is really important because this functionality is very useful to have with the same channel. You can have a boost. You can also have a drive that you can recall exactly like a foot pedal without using an extra block, and you save the power of your CPU. And with the FM3 is really important. And also in this case, the sound is amazing. So I like to use, as I told you, I created this preset to cover as much as possible genres from the pop, rock, funk, rock, blues, heavy metal. No, it's not for the heavy metal. Okay, for rock, of course, maybe hard rock. Yeah, hard rock, yes. Okay, so I need as much as different grades of the sound with my XFX3. Okay, so the boost functionality is very, very useful. But another important thing that you have to know, because remember, I'm introducing my presets, but the focus and the target of my presentation is to teach you how to use Fractal in my method. Okay, so I only give you some hints to use your Fractal device. Of course, you can buy this preset, but when you buy this preset, the job is not finished. You can tweak as you want. If you wanted to change the booster, if you want to change the amp, the effects, and so on. So is the focus of my preset is not only to give you a preset and that's it, but I give you a preset and you can play with the preset and you can tweak the preset for your needs. This is absolutely important because maybe it depends on your guitar and so on. Even if this preset is really nice, also I'm using my Telecaster, but it is also very nice with the humbucker pickup, Gibson, and so on. I will bring my other guitar and I'll let you know how does it work with the different ones. Ciao, Bruno. Okay, so one important thing is how can I change the status of the control switch, okay, with different scenes? Because as I can show you, on the scene number 1, with the lead scene, as you can see, the boost is activated. So the crunch is deactivated and on the lead is activated, because in the lead I want more volume, more gain, for example. Okay, as you can see here, the lead, sorry, there is still a plexi. Okay, in the lead, I have to, because I did some test. In the lead amp, in the lead scene, I have the volume block to increase the volume of the scene about 2.6 dB, and this is up to you. My standard is 2.6 for the volume. It is only a very absolutely clear boost, nothing special. So I use the volume block only to give 2.6 dB more for the lead. Okay. With FM3, I save this block to save also space, and I use the scene levels, okay, to make the same. So to increase the volume of the scene about 2.6 dB. Okay, so different from the crunching lead is the volume is on, so the volume is more. The delay is also on, and the switch. The input boost is on. But how can I do this? You have to go to the controller menu, okay? In the controller menu, you have a different kind of menu, and you have also the menu control switch per scene. And this is very, very important, because here it is a map where you can define where in which scene the control switch is on or off. Okay, so for example, I wanted to have a control switch 1 on the scene number 1, so I select 3 different status. There is also the last, because you can also, if you set the status as last, practically the status of the control switch remains as in the last status in the previous scene. Okay, so this is the only place when I can decide the status of every control switch. That means that when I select scene number 1, the control switch goes on. When I select scene number 2, the control switch goes off, and so on. So because my scenes, lead scenes, are scene number 1 and 4, as you can see here, and also 8, I define the control switch on in the scene. If you want to use this preset, you have to remember this, because the status of the control switch is forced from this map. Okay? So it is really important. If you have a question, please put the question on the chat, and I will answer you later on. Okay, so this is really important. So this is the crunch scene, and this is the lead. Of course, if you want to activate the control switch by the foot switch on your FC pedal board, you have to assign the foot switch, okay, or in this case, I use the per preset. I hope that you know the using of the per preset. And for example, I define the control switch on per preset 8, okay, control switch latching functionality CS1. Then in the FC edit, I assigned the preset 8 to the control switch the foot switch number 11, or when you want, where you want, sorry. So it's very easy. So now I can press my 11 foot switch. Okay, this is really important. The using of the control switch is very useful, and control switch and modifier, because control switch let you to activate some options, on-off option. We're speaking about on-off option, like the every kind of, for example, input boost, or for example the fat switch, the cut, or other kind of bright switch, and so on. So you can work with any control in your preset, and vice versa. The using of the other control switch are the scene controller. The scene controller let you to tweak, for example, the gain control if you assign, for example, the source of the scene controller 1, 2, 3, or 4, the scene controller as the control switch, there is a scene controller. You can assign different values of any kind of knobs on your preset, okay, depending on the scene. For example, scene controller 1 has this value on scene 1, this value on the scene 2, and so on and so on. So you can create really complex presets and dynamic presets. But in this case, I only use the control switch. Don't worry, only control switch to handle and to activate the boost. Okay, but it is really important, because if you want to modify this preset, or you can also work with your favorite preset, and you want to add the input boost, okay, and you want to activate as you want the status of the control switch, this is a very valid method. Okay. Let's go to the lead. As I showed you, the lead is the same as I showed with the input boost activated, a volume. Okay. Scene number 3 I call a crunch plus. Anytime I add the plus functionality, that means that there is a chorus delay. It is a bit more than before. And also I use the compressor. I goes down with the volume. Okay, there is another important thing in all my presets. You already know that there is this really simple circuit with the volume and wah. Okay, as you can see, volume pedal, the volume block is assigned to the FC1 pedal 1, but also the wah. Okay, so with a single pedal, I can use wah or volume depending of the status of the Mplex block. Mplex means that I bring the sound from the row number 2 or from the row number 3, and this is set up by the channel A for row 2 and B for row 3. Okay, so if I want to have the volume functionality with a special scene, okay, I set the Mplex block on channel A. If I want to have the wah, I use the channel B. Okay, for example, the C number 4, it is the lead wah. Okay, sorry, I have to, okay, because I did some modification. And in this case, the difference between lead and lead wah, okay, it is only on the Mplex block. As you can see here, lead wah, the C number 1 lead use the channel A, that means row 2, where there is the volume. In the C number 4, I use the row 3, where there is the wah, and I remember also to work in this with this method. It is absolutely necessary to set up the wah functionality with the auto engage. Where is it? Okay, auto engage on the med position and off value on 95%. This is really important because by default this setting is to 0. But what is the problem? What is the problem? When I am with volume at the max control, as you can see here, okay, and I switch to between scene that has a volume or wah. The problem is if I let the wah block as the default status, the wah start immediately, and I don't want. Typically, I'm working with a volume, okay, like this one, okay. I am in the max. I switch on wah. Nothing happened, and just when I move the pedal, okay, it works. It's in the opposite functionality of the default, because on default the wah is off when the pedal is down. But what's happened if I'm down with the pedal, okay, and I switch to the scene has no voice because the volume is 0. I hope that you understand. If you don't understand, okay, put the question. Okay, so let's go ahead. I have the wah scene. Okay. The scene number 5. Is a crunch with more chorus, compressor, and so on. And then I have the scene number 6. I use the plex. I like very much the plex to have the very ambient sound. That I have the lead overdrive. What is lead overdrive? It is the crunch scene with the volume block, but also with the drive. In this case, I don't use the input boost as you can see here, but also you can also use, and I use the clone sound. And this is amazing, guys. I can show you. I also assigned the clone to the foot switch. This is the standard sound, and it is amazing. I show you the difference between this sound and the lead with the booster. As you can see here, oh sorry, it's this one. As you can see here, I have 2 different channels for the clone because I have more gain or less gain, it depends on my taste, of course. Ciao Riccardo. And finally, I have the last scene. It is the lead space. Of course, with this scene, I have the input boost on, but I also use the boost and the drive. As you can see, or as you can hear, there is not any audio gap, even if I use a single amp, because I told you I use only the same amp, adding the boost, adding the drive, so I can switch between this scene to this scene. Sorry, I go to the scene, okay. Okay, so with this preset, I like very much because for genres like funk, pop, blues, rock blues, you have different sound, but it's not finished. With the amp block, I also select 4 other of my favorite amps. So my favorite is the Herbert, of course, as usual, the channel 2 minus, but you can also have the 8 channel, the Overdrive model, and the principle is the same. So you have the same input boost, you can activate, okay, and I show you how does it work. This is the Herbie. There's a bit, as I can say, less high frequency. Okay. You can also activate the booster. Okay, you have also the DZ V4 Blue 2. It's similar to the Herbert, but it's also nice, and I love so much these channels from Diesel. Diesel is now my favorite amp for the Fractal, and I love even the Herbert and the DZ V4. The booster. And also, and now different, it is Dirty Shirley from Friedman. Dirty Shirley 2 version. And all of these amps are really dynamic, and it depends to you if playing with a crunch sound or clean. Voice is pretty similar, but different. back to the RB. Okay, very nice. I hope that you like these presets. If you have there is also the FM3 version available, Riccardo. At the moment, not yet on the store, but will be available very soon, and also available for the membership on my YouTube channel. The problem is the clone is not yet available for FM3. And but I can show you the FM3 version here. Why not? It's already almost finished. Okay, I can show you. There is some difference because the clone Centaur is not yet available. Will be available in the next firmware, I hope. Okay. So let's check the same presets with the FM3. Unfortunately, due to the CPU power limitation, there is no room for the Plex verb. It's up to you. You can put the Plex verb and delete the tremolo if you don't use the tremolo. It is absolutely up to you. Okay, so the FM3 is this one. In this case, the functionality is the same. At the moment, instead to use the clone, I use the esoteric ACB or the max off pedal. They are not the same of clone, but pretty similar. So I can show you. See number one, the lead. And in this case, also the volume block is not available, and I tweak the scene level by the scene level menu. Okay, as you can see here, the scene level, the lead as the 2.6, the lead scene number 4, and also the number 7. Okay, it is the same functionality. And also you can use the chorus, and you have two different chorus on the channel A and channel B. This is not blues sound, but it's only to show you how many kind of sound you can get from this preset. It's really amazing. Also, you can, if you tweak the drives, so that maybe the volume is too high now. And as you can see, the switching between scene number 1, 2, 1 and 2. So it's really flexible. You can get really many sounds. So the lead now. Let's come back to the blues version. Is this one without drive. can show you how does it work with blues backing track, for example. So because this is also important to listen out. For example, a blues like this one. Let's check. Okay. Yeah. A minor. It is really dynamic. But I also go to something like this. Okay. There's also tremolo. Something funky like let me check, something like this one. Yeah, I switch off the delay in this case. Okay, I would like to show you with a different guitar, like oh, sorry. Let the Gibson Les Paul. and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. Okay, I wanted to ask FM9 when they will produce. Okay. Dear Armen, I'm not able to answer to your question. I know that in August, so next month, so very soon, will be available for the people who is on the wait list, of course. So, okay, guys, do you have some questions regarding these presets or my suggestions? If you want, I'm available, of course. So let's switch off the FM3. Okay, no questions. So, if you have any question, you can put the questions below the video. The presets is available on my web store. Yes. You can find the description and the link on the description of the video. So, and I hope that this tutorial is good for you. And see you later. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye.